Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
All the time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the horizon and I'm me, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't.
Amanda Rhymes. Up in this hizzy. Touring with Aaron Carter.
Is she?
Making little kitties. No, that'd be cool though if they were touring together.
That'd be a really fun tour. I feel like I wouldn't want to be in the crowd of people. I wouldn't want to be in that crowd of audience members. It'd be really scary.
What would the tour name be for those two cats? Amanda Rhymes and Aaron Carter.
It'd be the Washed Up and Broke tour.
washed up and broke. I like it.
Washed Up and Broke. That's also the name of the second JJ Fresh tour, but we'll be famous by then, so it's kind of funny and ironic.
Yeah, and they'll have at their show, at the merch booth, someone who will do like the face paintings of animals, like you're at a zoo or a carnival.
Ooh.
Because they have face tattoos, so it's inspiring the kids to grow up and make questionable decisions.
Yes, exactly.
About their face for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I like that. It's promoting bad choices, but in a good way, in a positive way, because it's face paint.
Yeah. I mean, and if you like it and you have your parent signature, maybe little 12-year-old Timmy can go to Ink City and get a tiger tattoo on his cheek if his mom or dad lets him.
Or a Tiger King tattoo.
Yes, a Tiger King tattoo. The trick is you got to wear it for a week, and if you hate it after a day or two, then don't get the Tiger King tattoo on your face. But if you do get it, you'll be the coolest kid in 5th grade.
You will. Everyone will be like, they'll be impressed.
Yeah. So this is the Power Pack Podcast, a podcast featuring two dudes. And I think I've already done 0 face tattoos. Let's try 0 Tiger King tattoos.
Tiger King tattoos are like, when you have 2 husbands and you own a zoo. And that's pretty much it.
Astute observation.
Yes, that's what friendship is like Joe Exotic's life.
Oh, speaking of exotic and fame, I had a fun little thought today.
Ooh,
at work. When the mind wanders and all that jazz. So I was thinking, when we blow up, inevitably it's going to happen, right?
Oh, well.
We're just going to stick to it. And there's going to be a weird niche of people with rat tails and denim jackets who just love our content, and we're going to blow up. And I was thinking, when we get accepted to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving parade, we're going to have to come up with a float idea.
Ooh.
And I was thinking maybe we could maybe pit our ideas against each other and see which one comes out on top, or combine them to make a super float. So I have my idea, and I'll pitch it to you. And that'll give you some time to kind of let your juices, stream down your brain canyons and into your mouth, and then I'll sip it up and then think about it. So both of us, me and you, sitting down on trash can lids.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic float, and then we're each being pulled by about 50 to 100 rats. So we're looking at about 100 to 200 rats.
Uh-huh.
And you just have the scraping of the trash can lid as you go by. And all these rats are just like trying their hardest not to have a heart attack, pulling 2 full-grown men. And I'm thinking we're wearing like Sherlock Holmes style, like Watson outfits with the hat and the pipe. And we're really warm and cozy because it's November.
Yeah.
And we're just being pulled by a sleigh a trash can sleigh with a bunch of rats in front.
Bunch of rats. So my question is the float. So it's not like a traditional like blimp air-filled balloon float. It's just going to be us actually on trash can lids with about 200 or so rats pulling us. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, just because we're big podcast celebrities at that point doesn't mean we're not frugal still. So
exactly. Well, okay. So my only contribution, I didn't need to think about this. I think 100% we should do it. Make sure we have enough rats and get the logistics so they can pull us, right? But my only stipulation: keep the trash cans, keep the reins. It's kind of fun because it's like a dirty subway Santa. But you and I both need to be wearing head to toe denim, like denim gloves, denim hats, denim pants, shoes. Yes. I think the denim would take it over the edge. It's kind of like when you have a dish and you eat it and you're like, it needs a little something. And you add a little salt or butter and then boom, it's got all the elements. I think we need to be wearing all denim on the thing. I like the Sherlock Holmes outfits too. So if you want to go that route, I'm happy to stick with that.
Maybe we could do that for Christmas. I like your denim idea, and I think we should get hair extensions and do it rat tails. Each of us get a big rat tail.
I think we should
with our denim jackets.
I'm thinking for our next music video too. Just this relates to this. Is we should look up online and see if they have like a clip-in rat tails. You should Google and see if they sell those on Amazon.
I will look after this cast.
Okay, sounds good.
Because that'd be. So how do we get onto the Macy's Thanksgiving parade? Do we have to submit a video of our sleigh or our float?
Let me Google it.
How do we get on the parade? Do you have to be famous or something? Like, because I know they have like marching bands from high schools and stuff. So that's not impressive.
So should we see how we get into the parade? How to get?
Yeah, how do we submit a float to the Macy's Thanksgiving parade?
So they have how much a float costs to get your float in the parade. It looks like
so anyone can do it.
Yes, it's see. Oh no, they're giving me the wrong. Oh, giant helium balloons. It's about $500,000.
Okay. Well, we don't want that. We just want to be in the parade with our trash can, Balto sort of a vibe going.
Let me look that up. How to be in the Macy's Day.
Because not everyone's on a float. Some people are dancing and twirling batons and kicking their tops of their head with the tip of their toe because they're flexible. I mean, some people, do the worm sometimes.
Yeah, I think we could. It would be fun to do the worm, but somebody's dressed up as a worm. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's greased up.
Isn't there a children's book where the cover's a giant worm or a caterpillar?
It is. It's
you dress up like that one.
Not Carl Sagan, the Carl Brown or whatever his name is. It's a Carl something. But yes, I can dress up like the hungry caterpillar. Well, no, you and I need to stick to our outfits.
Oh yeah. Okay, that'll be the next parade.
Oh yeah, or we could both be worms.
We have a lot of outfits and parades and ideas and live shows.
We
gotta get to that point though.
An abundance. Like imagine our ideas are like an open prairie, or our brain, like the canvas for it is the open prairie, and our ideas are a bunch of buffalo just running across. There's just so many buffaloes.
We're going to colonize the prairie and make the buffalo almost go extinct. That's what we're going to do with our ideas. Yeah. We're going to slay them and mount them for everyone to see.
Exactly. Mount them on the wall, and then that'd be kind of cool actually to have like a mural, kind of like what my old studio was like, had all the pictures and stuff on the walls. We should have a JJ Fresh like room that has like, it's like museum, a JJ Fresh museum would be really cool.
/ House of Mirrors.
Well, that makes
like
it
both
way more terrifying.
It's like a museum. Yeah, it's like a House of Mirrors / museum / music studio / production set / green screen video YouTube content setup.
I think it's just a matter of. It's not a matter of if. It's definitely a matter of when we get famous for sure. It's probably going to be just like some famous person sees the birthday video and they're like, okay, what's some other content? And then they see our podcast and our other YouTube stuff. And they're like, oh, this is, it's pretty funny. And then they call us up and they're like, hey, we want to invest $10 to $20 million into your next project. And then
we say, thank you, Steven Seagal. And we cater to him and make a karate film.
Ooh, the JJ Fresh karate.
We fight off sewer rats. Genetically altered New York. It always goes back to the New York sewer rats because I can never get the image out of my mind of a guy falling through the sidewalk into a heaping pile of large sewer rats. So forever in my mind, sewer rats are the greatest enemy of mankind.
Oh, especially the ones in New York. Didn't you? Because you guys went to New York a couple years ago, or maybe a little bit longer than that. But I remember you saying it was like smelled like garbage and there was a lot of rats. It's pretty much.
Well, our first impression was like that. Have we told this little story on the podcast? I can't remember.
Let's hear it.
All right, so rats. Now we're talking about New York. So we went to New York for, it doesn't matter why. So we were there and we flew in to the Long Island and we did whatever we had to do there. And then we took a train and a subway into the city. So we haven't really seen the city from inside the city. So when we're emerging from the subway, our first impression of New York is the first thing we see is like a heaping pile of garbage. It's like 3 or 4 feet tall.
Ew.
And then there's graffiti all over. Every single window on any of the stores is barred. And it was just a really sketchy place. And I found out later, because I don't know anything about New York, we were apparently staying in Harlem, which I guess it's not terrible, but wherever we were, it was nasty. So yeah, it was just emerging from this dark subway, expecting to see the city and all its glory, and then it's like, oh, that's a really tall pile of trash over there. Oh, and then there's like motorcycle people doing wheelies in the street, and
wow,
it was just kind of a wild first 5 minutes. We spent most of our night watching Friends in our Airbnb because we didn't feel safe going outside.
That's for the best, yeah. And Friends, I mean, you're in New York, so you're like, oh, let's enjoy, let's enjoy watching Friends and not pay attention to people being, jumped outside and stuff like that. So that's fun.
It was by Central Park, I remember. And then I remember seeing on the news, like the night before we were going there, a guy was chasing people around with a hatchet in the park.
Oh my gosh.
And I think they arrested him. So
New York is
then the
wild.
next day we went downtown and it was fine. Oh no, because that was when a building got bombed or something. There was like a weird bombing that happened.
Whoa.
The whole street was closed off. And so on our little tour bus, we passed by that street. So it was a mixed thing. There's a lot of weird stuff happening that week.
Can you imagine a tour guide? You're like, so if you look on the right, you'll see there's a potential terrorism attack and there's a bombing going on there. And if you look to the left, well, we got a nice orange Julius that we're going to stop at right after this.
It'll make you forget all the troubles of the city.
Yes, all the troubles. I thought of a good slogan, like when you walked out of the subway and usually they have those city signs. A great sign for New York is it's like visit or come for the trash, but stay for a lifetime.
Yeah. Stay for the rats.
Stay for the rats. Stay for the wets, yeah.
I just imagine like locals, they're hovered over sewer drains and they have the lids taken off and they just have fishing poles of cheese and they're just fishing for some dinner. Oh, go! And he reels up this squirming rat and then has maybe the trap is an actual big mouse trap with a thing of cheese, and I don't know, maybe it's engineered to work with a fishing line, and then they just keep reeling up these dead rats that get snapped in their trap hooks.
I love it. Doesn't matter what we talk about. It doesn't matter what we subject. It's always going to come back to rats. It doesn't matter. And I love it. And speaking of that, I want to talk more about that. But I watched Ratatouille for the first time ever a couple nights ago. And I think it's my favorite movie of all time. I almost want to give it that connotation.
Wow, let's debrief on the reasons why Ratatouille could be your new all-time pick of the century.
It's just like it hits all the right notes of everything. So it's like you and I joke about rats pretty much on a consistent basis, and then I also joke about rats with another friend that I used to work with, because we would see rats at our old job and stuff. So like rats, it's a part of our DNA. Like we're rat people for sure. But I can self-identify because this little rat, he's trying to become a chef. I love cooking. I was like, I can identify with this rat in Paris that's trying to become a chef. And I like it too because most Pixar movies, they emotionally abuse you. Like if you watch a Pixar movie, it's gonna make you feel terrible about yourself. Like towards the end, usually, someone dies, they maybe kill a pet or something. I don't know. They do a lot of stuff to really emotionally make you feel bad. But this movie, there wasn't anything sad, so I could just enjoy rats cooking. It was just like, it was wholesome. And it had like, and it was funny because we always joke about rats. So I'm like, oh, it's a rat, it's cooking. And then at the end, it has a little chef's hat, and it has its own restaurant. It's just funny,
Yeah. I guess I didn't notice that. It was one of those few movies of Disney where nothing dies or nothing is destroyed, or because what do you got? You got Lion King, Mufasa gets dunked on by some.
Gets totally dunked on. Totally.
Yeah, Little Mermaid. She loses her ability to speak.
Yep.
And her legs.
Yeah, she loses the legs completely. It's gone.
And those are the only two things I could think of. WALL-E, I guess, the whole planet's destroyed, but
yeah.
I mean, that was more of a preachy movie. I didn't care for. I liked it, but it was one of those preachy movies. I'm like, don't preach at me. Don't tell me to recycle. How dare you?
Get out of my
I'll recycle
face.
on my own free will. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't need a Disney movie to spend millions of dollars on a budget to tell me to put a Coke can in the recycle can. My wife will do that. She does all the time when I put it in the trash.
You're a habitual recycle garbager. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. Because I'm under the impression that one can won't make a difference. I'm one of those people. It's probably not the best mindset, but whatever.
Yeah. You do other things that are green, like, you guys make less trips to the grocery store by freezing your milk. So you guys are the most green people I know.
So I think I'm granted the occasional Coke in the trash. We freeze our milk.
Yeah. I give you full permission to throw away your cans. I used to work at the biggest recycling facility thing for the state of Oregon or whatever. And you know what, John? You can throw away as many pop cans as you want. I don't even care. I'll turn my eye on that.
All right, I have the blessing of a man in uniform. Recycling uniform.
Thank you for your recycling service, and the blessing is there. It's like you've been pardoned by the king of trash himself.
The trash king.
The trash king.
You have a little crown made of used, I don't know, the plastics of 6-packs and
this needs to be a
microwave
book.
Parts.
This needs to be a book.
The Trash King.
It's just, it'd be a good, this be a legit good book. It's like Apocalypse, but the guy, he makes a mound of trash, like a trash kingdom. And then, like you said, he has the pop can ring crown, and he just builds trash. He builds trash people, and he just loves trash. So Trash King, new book.
Yeah, so when people throw away items that they don't need, they actually just deliver them to his house, and then he makes them a part of his house.
Exactly.
And he builds, those trash statues and weird art like that?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he has a bunch of that.
Exactly.
Trash King.
Trash King. I've got some good thumbnails for this.
Yeah, we got some good thumbnails, another book idea. We already have... we have Bad Boys of Magic rap song we need to do. We need to do Crawling Like a Rat Nickelback song.
Forgot about Crawling Like a Rat.
We got Trash King. We got Sports Dad and the Hippo Kids. We got Rat Eggs.
Oh, wait. What was Rat Eggs again?
Rat Eggs was the people... The New York, of course, has a green initiative where the citizens can no longer use their toilet to save water. They have to dispose of their matter and their disposable diapers and throw them away. And then when they throw them away, they realize, oh, this isn't poo-poo, it's rat eggs. And then rat eggs hatch rats, and then they take over the city. And that's where the New York rats come from. And then Frozen Grandpa, Noodle Folk, which I think is still possible to do.
It's in the works. Yeah, you made the art, like the preliminary art. I made a theme song. It's just a matter of just hashing it out. So
yeah, we just need to set a day where we just 8 hours. We'll make an episode. But
I'm down if you wanna do a weekend day, kind of like what we were gonna do with the McCracken Boys with Star Wars. We should just do a content day and just work on our cartoon.
I'm down. I'm down to clown like Betty Brown. Not frowning. Making some beef, grounding it, putting it in patties, eating it. 50% fat, she's a fatty. Can't carry her clubs, needs a golf caddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Better use that yellow
What were we
book.
talking about?
Find a daddy.
Find a daddy.
Our content. We just have a sweeping amount of content. And speaking of content, I don't know if we're going to do, because we're doing 2 short episodes today, but
Half rat.
should we slide into the Butterdome because we're 20 minutes in?
I mean, we can't. I don't think we can. Nah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we can skip
it's a
it
half
this week.
rat.
Half
Yeah, we usually skip them on half rats.
We could just
But here, I'll just announcement 0. Patreon cows. Thank you, Josh. Nope, that means you're supposed to say. Thank you, Crump Gary. Donate, like, blah blah, YouTube, blah blah. No emails, Discord, join it. It's awesome. The end.
cool. That was the half rat, like you said. It's the like you catch a rat in a trap, and it's the back part with the tail. It's just like wiggling.
Yeah, it's wiggling. It's a squirmy little scared rat who sees his life at the end of its rope. I think we've talked about this a little bit before the podcast. I want you to explain the Buck Cherry TikTok content that you might be making, and I want some comments. I want to see if people would be down with this. So
let me look. So I'm going to look at our text thread because that's the best way for. Let's see. Okay, so let me find the text thread because that's the best way for us to. Okay, I found some Buck Cherry stuff. Okay, here we go. So, I'll read some of the text thread stuff. Okay, I found it.
we can act it out. I can play me. You can play you. Where are you going to start at?
Let's start at the text. So much weirdness in this. Scroll up until you find it begins with Bruce Springsteen. We won't read that text, but we'll start with the one after that.
That's
it's pretty far
Bruce
back.
Springsteen. This text thread is filling up. Bruce Springsteen going on stage. That one? Or farther up?
Because find the gif of the Gumby.
There's a gif of Gumby falling off a cliff.
Yeah, where right down the way of that is where we start.
It's farther up, or it's?
Oh, it's down from that. So it's like you sent 2 more texts after that. Yeah,
I see it. Okay, all right.
I'd like to point out this can be a new segment we do every once in a while. Just text threads with Josh and John, or John and Josh, or JJ text threads.
Theater. JJ text theater.
Oh yeah. So start with the Buck Cherry one, and then and we can. Should we do like a off to the trough type voices? Because it's like a text theater.
Yeah, we could come up with something fun and fancy. Buck Cherry and the Fingers of Josh.
It's the title of this. This text thread is filling up my heart with joy. Bruce Springsteen going on stage with a human bones guitar is so scary. Plus, Fingers of Josh is just a close-up of my hands coated in Vaseline, and I'm dipping my hands in various viscous foods like gravy, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. Buck Cherry is playing so loud the audio is distorted.
And the next JJ Fresh music video is Born, a Chuck Berry-style rock anthem about the fingers of Josh and all the things they find themselves in. Honey, peanut butter, Vaseline, a cookie jar, a candy jar. Those bad boys have seen it all.
Love that idea. It'll be easy to pull off, and my new phone has 4K video and 60 FPS, which is rad. I can just put my phone down and dip my hands in various things for 3 to 4 minutes. We need more video content anyways. Haha. And then that's pretty much... Yeah, it's pretty much the end of that one. So that gives people content of our text thread. So that was a real live text thread. And pretty much the idea of it, again, with anything John and I do, is we did a back and forth. We made an inside joke, and then now it's coming to life. So coming soon to TikTok, on our page or whatever, we're going to have videos of hands being dipped into different viscous foods or things like that, and then the music that's going to be playing is Buck Cherry. So
when can we expect to see Josh's first hand video?
Hopefully soon. Depends on, I need to find, so there's a couple of pretty big factors. One, I need to find a food or something that I can dip my hands in. Two, I need to do it when nobody's around. And three, just got to be in the mindset. I need to listen to some Buck Cherry so I can kind of imagine what it's like to be a Buck Cherry fan. And then it's like method acting. It's like Jim Carrey when he did Man on the Moon. He just kind of stayed in character. I need to be what it's like to be a Buck Cherry fan.
Your character's just going to be, you'll be at work or wherever you go at the store, and you'll just be sticking your hands in weird places, like in between bags of chips, and this is my character now. This is what I do. I make videos of sticking my hands in things to the sounds of Buck Cherry.
Yeah,
it's just like a lady's purse. She's grabbing her wallet. You stick your hand in the purse. She's like, "What are you doing?" It's for TikTok.
For
Buck Cherry's playing
Buck Cherry.
TikTok.
I like John's idea too of us writing a song called "The Ballad of Buck."
The Ballad of Buck.
It's just another. I think you and I should do a joke, like Nickelback record, and we'll have Crawling Like a Rat, and we'll have The Ballad of Buck. So we have two songs.
Crawling like a rat.
I think, I think because you've got all those fancy awesome easy instrument, them fancy tune track stuff. I think you should make a grunge type thing, and then we can collab on making these two songs, and then I don't know what we'll do with them, but we should make them for sure.
Maybe we could submit them to, I don't know, big companies, and maybe they could use them in their commercials. I don't know, Geico or Tostitos, or
I think Tostitos would work. Yeah, they're like
Betty Crockett, or
can you imagine Johnson & Johnson, like a baby oil or something company, and then you just hear in the background
leather your baby,
crawling like a rat,
crawling like a rat, and it's like a baby wearing a brand new diaper. It's for Pampers, crawling like a rat.
I saw the visual of that. They have the commercial, and it's the normal, the soft lighting, and you think there'd be a ukulele or something stupid playing, and it's just this grunge band, Nickelback something, and they're saying "crawling like a rat," and as they're doing that, there's a baby crawling. So it's they're emphasizing that these babies are crawling around like rats.
And it has a rat tail clip on.
That's what I was wondering too. It has the tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'd be wow, the whatever diaper Pampers or whatever, I'd be they really hit a low point. That's pretty wild.
Or a high point, depending on your perspective.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. 28 minutes in. My first St. Louis sirens in a while.
Yeah, I wish the mic would pick it up for everyone, but there's more sirens.
They were. I joked with Andrea that pretty much every episode we'll be talking, and then I'll just hear sirens in the background.
It's all the time. all the time.
Oh, I am sure that rural St. Louis is looking real nice right now.
Yeah. And here's my wisdom for the night since we're reaching 30 minutes. Half rat. Don't live next to a fire department / police station.
That is probably some of the best wisdom you've ever gave because that'd probably get old. It'd get like loud and annoying and
yeah, we're probably going to move out and then I'm not going to be able to sleep because there's no sirens. And so I'll just be playing Cops on my phone, like the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
And the wife would be like, can you turn that off? Like, I can't sleep without my Cops.
Yep. I need it's like white noise, but it's like sirens and all that craziness. It's going to be weird moving to the country where there's probably not going to be barely any sounds of anything. And then you're going to be like, oh.
What was that cereal? Gotta have my Pops.
Gotta have my Pops. Oh,
gotta have my Cops.
Gotta have my Cops. Bad boys.
Can't sleep without the sirens.
What you gonna do? What they gonna do when they're coming for you?
My sleep is predicated on the amount of crimes committed that night. The more crime, the more sirens, the more sleep I get.
I know. So. You're like nestled in, you tuck yourself into bed, and you're like, oh, sound like a triple homicide across the road.
It's like, pop, 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 sleeping like a baby.
Sleeping like a baby. Oh, man.
Like a baby rat.
Sleeping like a rat.
Crow like a rat.
Man, that's really good power. I'm like thrown off. That's really good power packed wisdom. I think my power packed wisdom, I'm trying to think of like, well, it's kind of power packed wisdom. It's more so like just be really mindful of like where you live next to for sure. Like when you're picking out a rental or a house or whatnot. Cause I feel like, I mean, you know, they say location, it's like it's everything. But yeah, I've seen some houses and places that have just like are next to like really weird spots, and when we were living in Portland too, there'd be all these houses like nestled in between businesses and things like that. And for me personally, I feel like I couldn't have a house next to somewhere that was like a restaurant but that cooked stuff that's like really strong. I'm trying to think of a food example. I don't know. It's even the Regal, the popcorn butter effect. Like I can't eat popcorn to this day. I just cannot, because of Regal, just because of I could have a whole episode about that, but the fact that they'd make us put the popcorn in the trash bags and people would take the trash bags home and eat the stale popcorn and then the butter, and just people asking me to put so much butter on their popcorn that it's seeping through onto their pants, and then they come out and they yell at us because the butter got on their khakis.
They're like yelling at you more, and you're like putting butter on more, and you start to tear up. More butter. More butter. You're like, they're like torturing you. They're just like demanding all the caloric intake they can get. And you have to pretty much serve them their death.
Yeah, you have to serving up some death.
Serving up some butter death.
That's also my power packed wisdom. If you're going to go to like, let's say you're on a date or you're going to the movies with your family and you know you're going to be a butter fiend, like don't wear khakis, because if the butter seeps through, it's going to be really noticeable. Wear black jeans. Simple.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.